Africa's vast savannas teeming with life, bathed in golden sunshine, this was the landscape in which our ancestors set forth on their epic evolutionary journey, culminating in us. Long before ancient cultures and religions came into existence, Homo sapiens emerged from Africa's heart, specifically modern-day Ethiopia, branching out towards the Mediterranean, Middle East, and Eastern regions. But Africa is not only the birthplace of Homo sapiens. Surprisingly, it also cradles the diverse spectrum of religions that have shaped our spiritual landscapes, from the enchanting Yoruba traditions to the voodoo, to the mystical practices of Nubian lion-headed goddess, influencing powerful deities such as Isis and Sekhmet. Africa's prehistoric religious heritage is truly mind-blowing. When we venture further into West Africa, we find references to the inhabitants of this region in ancient sources. For example, Herodotus, an ancient Greek historian, often credited as the father of history, made mention of a group known as the Atlantes. According to Herodotus, the Atlantes were a tribe from Libya living in the western parts of North Africa. He describes the Atlanteans as a people residing near the Atlas Mountains, which are found in what is now Morocco and Algiers. Herodotus depicts them as skilled charioteers and formidable warriors. Moving even further south, we find the Yoruba people of ancient Nigeria. The Yoruba are a West African ethnic group mainly found in Nigeria, but also in parts of Benin and Togo. Their religion resembles to ancient Greco-Roman paganism, thought it is considerably older and features an interesting collection of deities with diverse responsibilities. Take Eshu for instance. Also known as Elegba or Eshu, this deity is a key figure in the Ifa or Orisha religion of the Yoruba people. Eshu is a complicated and multi-faced divinity frequently portrayed as a trickster and acting as a messenger and mediator between humans and the other Orishas, as well as between humans and Oludumare, the supreme being. Eshu is believed to carry human prayers, sacrifices, and offerings to the divine realm, mirroring the roles of Hermes in Greek mythology and Thoth in Egyptian mythology. He serves as a link between the physical and spiritual realms, much like an angel or a messenger deity such as Mithras. He facilitates communication between these two realms. In Yoruba religious ceremonies, Eshu is invoked at the start as a protector and gatekeeper. His presence is required to open communication channels and ensure that prayers and offerings reach their intended recipients. Rituals dedicated to Eshu often involve offerings of palm oil, kola nuts, and alcoholic beverages like wine, which are believed to placate him. While Islamic critics have often portrayed Eshu as a devil or evil entity, he is not either of these. Instead, he's known as a trickster who gives misfortune to those who do not offer tribute or are spiritually inexperienced. Eshu is also considered a divine messenger, a negotiator between negative and positive forces, an enforcer of the universal law. He is believed to enhance the power derived from herbal medicines and esoteric practices like alchemy. The Yoruba people believe that Eshu, alongside other Orishas or divinities, has existed since the dawn of time and continues to inhabit in the spiritual realm. They are timeless beings that transcend human perceptions of time. Orishas are viewed as intermediaries between humans and the supreme being, Oludumare or Olurun. These deities are seen as accessible and can be invoked. According to Alex Kuachu, Oludumare is the supreme almighty god of the Yoruba people and not an Orisha. Early missionaries to West Africa and the African diaspora often portrayed Oludumare as a distant but powerful deity whose actions and locations are obscure. Contrary to these portrayals, Oludumare is a present and powerful god who is superior to the Orishas and all people on earth. Obatala, known as the Sky Father, is the creator deity associated with wisdom, purity, and justice within the Yoruba pantheon. Obatala, often represented as an elderly man, is highly represented as the father of all the Orishas, the deities in the Yoruba tradition. Sango is the god of thunder, lightning, and justice, embodying power, bravery, and masculinity. Yamoja is the goddess of the sea, motherhood, and fertility, recognized as caring and protective figure associated with compassion and healing. Ogun, the god of iron, war, and technology, symbolizes strength, craftsmanship, and determination. Oya, the goddess of wind, storms, and change, represent transformation, female power, and the spirit of commerce. Osun, or Oshun, the goddess of rivers, love, fertility, and beauty, is linked to femininity, sensuality, and prosperity. These are just some of the numerous Orishas worshipped in the Yoruba tradition. The veneration of these deities involves diverse ceremonies, rituals, and offerings such as drumming, prayers, dance, divination, and the presentation of specific foods, drinks, and potions. Devotees perform these rites to seek the Orishas' favor, guidance, and protection and blessings. Often participants experience psychedelic states akin to the Eleusinian mysteries in Athens. Voodoo's origins, known as Vodun in Africa, can be traced back thousands of years. Voodoo evolved as a syncretic religion blending various indigenous African beliefs with Christianity and other external influences. Voodoo has its roots in West Africa, particularly in regions now known as Benin, Togo, and Nigeria. The term voodoo doll typically refers to an effigy used for pin insertion. The practices related to the voodoo doll are derived from various forms of magical traditions held by the ancient Africans. While it's challenging to determine the exact age of voodoo as we know it today, the roots of this religion stretch deep into the ancient African magical traditions. Voodoo represents a robust spiritual tradition encapsulating the ancestral wisdom and cultural heritage of African communities. Islam's spread across Africa was a gradual, intricate process spanning several centuries. It was introduced to Africa through diverse means such as trade routes, migrations, missionary endeavors, warfare, and forced conversions. This diffusion of Islam has left a significant imprint on the socio-cultural, political, and religious landscapes of Africa. The first contact between Islam and Africa can be traced back to the era of the Prophet Muhammad in the 7th century. At this time, Muslim traders from the Arabian Peninsula established trade networks that linked the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean with the East African coast. One of the earliest regions to accept Islam was North Africa, where Muslims armies from Arabia expanded into regions like Egypt and Maghreb, introducing Islam along the way. The Umayyad Caliphate established control over North Africa, which led to the conversion of the local Berber tribes and the creation of Islamic State such as the Fatimid Caliphate. Islam further penetrated inland through intermarriage, trade, and the establishment of Islamic educational centers. Islam became a conduit for cultural exchange, introducing new architectural styles, educational institutions, and trade networks. This led to diverse Islamic movements like the Sufi Brotherhoods, which incorporated local customs and beliefs into their spiritual practices. Before Islam's widespread diffusion across the African continent, Christianity rose and reigned supreme. The Nag Hammadi texts, also referred to as the Nag Hammadi Library or the Gnostic Gospels, were discovered in 1945 near the ancient town of Nag Hammadi in Upper Egypt. These texts are instrumental in the illuminating a sect of a early Christianity known as Gnosticism. In December 1945, a group of local farmers found a large jar containing a collection of ancient manuscripts buried in the desert near Nag Hammadi. These texts, written in Coptic, an Egyptian language that used the Greek alphabet, encompassed a diverse range of religious and philosophical works. These included Gnostic Christian writings previously unknown or lost to history. The Nag Hammadi library comprised 52 texts, including various Gnostic Gospels, apocryphal works, and philosophical treatises such as the Gospel of Thomas. This collection of sayings attributed to Jesus may be the oldest known source of Jesus' words found in Egypt. The Nag Hammadi Christians, as revealed in their writings, provide a unique insight into the multi-faced religious scene of early Christianity prior to Islam. They contribute to our understanding of the rich diversity of religious thought in the ancient world. Members of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church who claim to possess the Ark of the Covenant are an integral part of this tradition. According to their religious narrative, the Ark of the Covenant, a sacred chest designed to hold the 10 Commandments given by God to Moses, was transported to Ethiopia and has been safeguarded there for centuries. The widespread belief is that the Ark resides in Ethiopia, having been carried there from Jerusalem during the era of King Solomon. From the monumental discovery of Lucy, the ancient fossil that has fundamentally reshaped our understanding of human evolution, to the unforgettable grandeur of Egyptian civilization, we've touched the very heartbeat of our collective past. But before that, let's reflect for a moment on the eye-inspiring pyramids and the enigmatic Sphinx. These symbols of ancient wisdom and engineering brilliance are not merely relics of the past, but timeless legacies that reverberate in our world today. They remind us of a civilization whose wisdom and knowledge permeated the collective consciousness of humanity, shaping art, architecture, and even the inception of science. Isn't it astounding to realize that these ancient achievements continue to influence our present world? How much of Africa's wisdom and knowledge have we absorbed, knowingly or unknowingly, in our everyday lives? How has the legacy of ancient civilizations like that of Egypt shaped our understanding of the world and our place within it? So, keep questioning, keep exploring, keep connecting the dots of our human story. And who knows, you might discover that Africa, in its riches and complexity, isn't just a distant birthplace of humanity, but a mirror reflecting our shape, past, present, and possibly our future.